May Edochie gets order from court. Judy Austin in trouble, 3 years jail term. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time of visiting my channel, do well to like and subscribe. Well, it's high time May Edochie finds security for herself. It's high time May Edochie strengthen and make her security less porous, because the plans and the marginalization that has been going on, it needs an upgrade or an improvement in security. Even the Bible made us to understand that surely they would gather, but if that gathering is not for you, what will happen? They will scatter. He said they disappointed the devices of the crafty so that their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Well, the Bible has made us understand that there will be trials, there will be tribulations, but then he is always faithful. He said he would make you walk, he would trample on serpents and scorpions, and they shall by no means hurt us. That is what God has been doing in the life of May Edochie. God has been providing, protecting, and preserving her, because if it weren't God, a lot of things would have gone wrong. A lot of things, what I mean, a whole lot of things would have gone wrong. I'm not trying to mince words. I'm not trying to say things that I'm not sure of. You see the extent Judy Austin would go. Judy Austin would stop at nothing in making May Edochie less of herself. You, Edochie, as well, will stop at nothing in making May Edochie less of herself. They've done this in different ways. They've come in words, they've come in physical, they've created an army just to get at May Edochie. But God has been removing all this and making them featherweight, because if May Edochie puts it into mind, she might break down. You could recall when during a session where May Edochie was speaking, she was speaking in a podium, and while she was speaking, she broke down in tears. She was crying because it came from her. That was a point where her emotions were so high. Her emotions, because she remembered, she went back into what she passed through. It is not easy for you. The Bible made us that our children would be the one to bury the parent, not the parents burying the children. It hits so bad, it hits so hard when it is coming from a mother or a parent perspective burying the child. I made the chief remember everything she has been through ever since that incident, and it's just so much. She could not hold this. She had to break down in tears. People that have conscience, people that are emotionally intelligent, will understand that it is time to draw back the sword. It is time to take a bow. A good dancer will know when to leave the stage. But you, Edochie and Judy Austin, they're not living now. They're not living today, tomorrow, or even next tomorrow. They are ready to do a lot of things, because their plan is, if they make May Edochie, make her feel so less of herself, May Edochie will have no option than to accept polygamy. May Edochie will have no option than to bring them into the mansion. And you know, the mansion is still being having issues, because May Edochie, Edochie's colleague, went as far as saying something to May Edochie, telling May Edochie that she heard that she bought a mansion, that why can't she give back Edochie's mansion, that why would she keep 2 mansions to herself. But she has failed to understand that May Edochie is keeping the mansion because it is what she was legally given by the court, and the mansion she bought is her effort, is her sweat, is her creativity that made her get this money to buy this mansion. But they failed to understand this part. So if they don't understand this part, they have to go to a route called controversy or clout. They start chasing clout, trying to act the pity card, trying to make people feel that May Edochie is doing a lot of things. May Edochie is doing too much. You see people come on social media to say that why is May Edochie shouting too much, that she's not the first person her husband went into polygamy, and that polygamy is part of our tradition and all that. They said a lot of things, but they failed to understand something. It's not about you, Edochie, going into polygamy that is our bone of contention. It's about you, Edochie, going into polygamy to humiliate his wife, May Edochie. People have gone into polygamy and they've respected their partner. They've respected their wives. They've given equal respect to their wife. But you, Edochie, has turned his into clout. You has turned his into controversy. He would rather chase clout. He would rather become controversial than to do the right thing. I'm not mincing words. Than to do the right thing, he would rather be controversial. Even his kinsmen, his family members, they've told him that this is not the right route. They've told him that May Edochie did not do anything to deserve all this ill treatment, but you, Edochie, has refused. And I feel Judy Austin too has hands in whatever thing that is happening. Judy Austin has hands. And Edochie has understood all this part, and that was why she decided to foster her security. She has improved her. She decided to take this her security seriously, so that things wouldn't go bad the way it went before. And Judy Austin is now in trouble based on what she did. You know, Judy Austin has been going about saying a lot of things, doing a lot of things, creating a lot of things, imaginary stories. Even you, Edochie, creating imaginary stories, all because they want to chase clouds, or because they don't want people to love Edochie the way people love Edochie, or because they don't want people to appreciate Edochie as she for being a good woman. They want people to see that Edochie was not a good woman, that Edochie was the problem. But yeah, now if you claim Edochie was the problem, why can't you come out and narrate exactly what happened and how Edochie became the problem? It is difficult. It's one thing that is very difficult for you, Edochie, for them to do. They don't think it is the right thing. They don't think they have the idea or they have the story well documented on what happened or why Edochie should be held responsible. It is really a bad thing. It is really a bad thing that these people will go at extra length, extra miles to do a lot of things. And now, Judy Austin is very, very close to going to jail, because in Nigeria constitution, things that she's doing is out of it. It's not even about the biogamy. It's not about the biogamy and whatever thing she did. It is about bearing false witness against her neighbor. And now, even the Bible condemned it seriously, that bearing false witness can lead to a lot of things that normally was not meant to happen. And Judy Austin has failed to understand that these things that she's doing is dangerous, that this thing that she's doing, it is not good. And according to the Nigeria constitution that we all use to make, or that the lawmakers use to give or enact punishment or penalty for people's misdeeds, it said in section 122 of the Criminal Code Act in Nigeria, deceiving witnesses. Any person who practices any fraud or deceit, or knowingly makes or exhibits any false statement, representation, token, or writing to any person called or to be called as a witness is in any judicial proceeding with intent to affect the testimony of such person as a witness is guilty of felony and is liable to imprisonment for 3 years. The offender cannot be arrested without warrant, though. The person said, the Constitution said that anybody that bears false witness and tries to affect the proceeding of the judicial proceeding with intent to affect the testimony of such person as a witness is guilty of a felony and is liable to imprisonment for 3 years. Judy Austin has been validating why she went to be with Jáil Edochie. She has been validating it because the court is after her. They want to know, why did you go to be with Jáil Edochie, knowing you were married and knowing that Jáil Edochie was married? And she came with the play card that she went to be with Jáil Edochie because she wanted to salvage Jáil Edochie. She wanted to save Jáil Edochie from doing or feeling less of himself. And you never had peace or never had sanity. So she decided to step in to give Jáil Edochie sanity and peace. But then we all know the story. We all know the narrative. We all know that it will land, or it will get to this point where they would start narrating things to cover up their misdeed. Instead of you to come up, man up and tell people that, yes, this is what I did, I was wrong, and accept it and move on and try to correct it or go back to your family, you decide to play the card of turning the tables around, which you don't even know is punishable under the court of Nigeria, or under the law, or under the constitution of Nigeria. You just want to validate. You keep being defensive, even to the point that you know that your defense, or the way you're building your defense, will lead you to trouble. You still continue being defensive. Well, I don't know your reactions. I don't know what you think. Feel free to drop your comments, your reactions. How do you feel? Feel free to share. And please, if you've not subscribed to my YouTube channel, do well to subscribe so you don't miss out on juicy celebrity and entertainment gist. Always stay tuned to Honest Mike, for never leave your side. Do have a beautiful day, and I love you so much. Bye.